right, Cathy Debresser Knowler. Listen, Face Off for Mental Health. Talk to us. What's it all about?
Okay, so Face Off for Mental Health is an initiative that we're putting into play because we're trying to break the stigma against mental health. We know that our youth athletes have a lot of pressure. We know that 1 in 5 youth will struggle with their mental health. And after the pandemic, it's more like 1 in 3. So if in hockey terms, that's at least one kid on a line, and it could be a coach, could be many of our parents, could be many of our fans. So our mental health table, who brought the Be Safe app to Chatham last year, that's a staggering statistic for us, and so we're trying to work on that.
Well, and I love when you take an initiative and you do things rather than sit around and talk about it and say, oh, we should do something about it. You get the app, you get people talking about it. When we talk about hockey, I think about those young kids, our Canadian juniors, who were under tremendous torment through social media. Our nation, I'm ashamed at the things that were said about these young 16-year-old kids with their country on their back. And
I really hope they weren't watching those comments,
Absolutely. Somebody made the comment that, they probably should have said to the kids, listen, leave your phones at home during this series. Just focus on hockey. But locally, so we're going to see next week, is it, on the 12th of January?
19th.
19th of January. Can you give us an idea what's going to happen here at the rink?
Right. So we're launching our program by partnering up with the Maroons, and we're going to have a hockey game that's a mental health awareness campaign. And we're going to be having some great hockey. We're going to be having the kids wearing green Face Off for Mental Health jerseys that we're going to auction off. Of course, other prizes, just very similar to the Breast Buddies campaign that they do in October. We're going to have our mental health table here to talk about any of the resources that we have in Chatham for people who are struggling, and other fun surprises coming up.
Oh, that's wonderful. And these kids not only play hockey, they play other sports. They go to school. Right. We live in a day and age, and like you said, since the pandemic, it sometimes feels like the world is closing in around us, and it's so nice to know that, hey, you're not alone. You got people out there to help.
That's right. And this year my husband and I took on a billet, and so we see the pressures that these kids have on themselves, and even just 17-year-old stuff, know. So lots of pressure on these kids, and so we just want to help them know it's okay to not be okay and to ask for help. And that mental health is just as important as our physical health. And if we can get those Maroons to be champions for this work for us, we've got our little hockey players that are looking up to them, And so if we can start the conversation, then we know that's going to make the arena a safe space for everybody.
Oh, that's wonderful. And listen, Cathy, I got to know, who's your billet?
We get Ian LaChance.
Oh, Ian LaChance, what a dynamite player he is, and a delight to watch play this great game. And thank you for being a billet, and certainly thank you for doing this. Let's talk about the app, and we can download it on any platform?
Yeah, so that app is available on any platform, and it's free. And so if you were to go to that, it's going to tell you what resources are available for your mental health or addictions when you're struggling. And it's good to have even on your phone if you're not struggling. So if you have a buddy that is struggling, it's right there for you.
Right on. Well, I just think that's wonderful. And I know we're competing with the Horns here tonight. They're all excited about this program too. So that's January the 19th. We want as many folks, and what an opportunity. You get to bid on some of these special green jerseys of your favorite Maroon players, and all of those funds, I'm assuming, are going to this program.
And so that's right. That's going to help us fund this program. And then what we're going to be doing is we're reaching out to all the different hockey associations in Chatham, and there are many, and we're going to help them do mental health awareness campaigns of their own and swag and all that kind of stuff. So just getting that conversation started. So the color is green. Green is for mental health. So our Maroons are going to have their sticks wrapped in green tape, and we're going to have their jerseys on, and we're hoping fans will wear green that night, and they'll be getting some ribbons, and we're going to have a nice pledge wall so you can pledge how you're going to help break stigma.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I mentioned this to you at the the Christmas banquet. For many years, it was seen by a human being. You didn't talk about mental health or mental illness because you were shunned, you were put away, you were stowed away. And I love that we're breaking down those barriers so that people can come forward. We're seeing professional athletes stepping out saying, listen, I really struggled, so that their idol, the kids of today, can say, hey, it is okay to say I need assistance.
That's right. And there's strength in asking for help. And so we're celebrating people who do go out and seek the services they need. And they're not, I know people think that mental health services are very expensive, but there's free things out there in Chatham-Kent right there waiting for people to come and get help.
Well, Cathy Debresser Knowler, congratulations for leading the charge here with Face Off for Mental Health. Listen, come on back up. If you're going to be here, you're going to be here because that LaShawne's kids playing. I know it. So come on back up next Sunday, and we'll talk about it again and really push. I want to say, my granddaughter plays ringette, so there's another group of hockey or ice players that play the great sport of ringette. That may be a good idea because there are older gals and, well, even our youth today. Even my granddaughter's only 7, 8 years old, and they have a lot more pressures than I had when I was 7 and 8.
A lot of pressure, you're right. And you know what? Our goal, bringing this to hockey, is a pilot program, and we want whatever mistakes that we make, we want to be able to teach that to baseball, to lacrosse, to soccer. We want our Chatham-Kent youth to be healthy.
Wonderful. Listen, folks, Cathy Debresser Knowler, my name's Peter Cobb, and join us next Sunday and be here for sure in the rink on the 19th for a very special night.